The Gaslight District combines the feel of Murder where there are two factions, the bad and the good. The Smiley Dad, being a huge big family, want to protect Mel at all costs, while providing the killer vicious feeling that Murder has. It has those similarities with it, giving us a familiar environment we have seen before and blend a new twist. Gaslight District is murderously good. Hello my ninjas, welcome back. Today I will be reviewing Glitch Productions' latest indie show to its catalog, The Gaslight District. A very fascinating show that has a lot of joy, fun, and murder. Like a good amount. Now, I want to know, this is not a comparison video with Murder Jones. I just used that in the hook paragraph because it gave me vibes from Murder Jones, okay? If you've watched this pilot, I might be the only one with me, but I had a lot of vibes that felt like it was similar to Murder Jones. Now, understand, it is way different, but there's a lot of stuff that you can definitely connect with both indie shows that you can understand, like the bad and the good factions I was talking about, like Heaven and such. There's a lot of similarities with that. Anyway, I'll be going over the plot, the characters, the humor, artwork, animation, and the other stuff as you have known before. Spoilers ahead in case you haven't watched it. I also want to note that I am uploading this literal hours after the pilot release, so some facts may not be correct as I have watched this once and I'm making this right away. So if there are things that need to be corrected, just say it nicely in the comments, please. You do not need to go and attack me or cancel me or anything like that. Thank you all. Alright, without further ado, let's shoot our way to Glitch Productions' latest indie show, The Gaslight District, and how it is murderously good. I will butcher the word murderously. Leave me alone! First off, what is Gaslight District about? Well, it's about the undead that are criminals, condemned by God, aka Heaven. Basically, they're being punished by God. There's only one human that is left in the undead, and that is Mel. Only Ken knows that Mel is a human. We know this because in the beginning pilot, Jack the Rat mentions how they have yet to know, and when they do, they will never care about her again.
What happens to Mud and Breadhead when they learn you're the human? Will Papa be able to protect you when the whole island pieces together what you are?
If the crew finds out that Mel is the only human left, they will betray her and kill her, never caring for her again. So she has to live a lifestyle of lies and truths while trying to keep the relationship between her and her father alive and healthy. We see in the pilot that they are after the Angel Egg, what they believe to be the only human alive that is left in the undead world. So how do they get there? Well, very simple. They venture out to the Heaven checkpoint and head to the Heaven Gateway. When they arrive there, they hatch this, very nice scheme plan for Mel, and they actually succeed. They actually attained it, although Mel almost fucking died. And we learned that Ken will make sure that she will never die and never become one of them ever again. Well, not ever again, but you get the point. They return to the undead world to make an announcement about the egg, revealing that it has a human, until they find out it hatches earlier than expected, and it does not. It actually hatched a bird. And now all of a sudden, Ken and Mel are stuck in this mess, not knowing what to do. And are you kidding me? It ends in a cliffhanger? Dude, I hate cliffhangers with a burning passion at times, because it makes you want to know what's next. But no, you gotta wait now. It annoys me so much because they leave you off this cliffhanger and you have to wait a year and a half or more than 12 months just to figure out what the hell happens after. Pisses me off so much. The plot is straightforward, allowing everyone to understand what it's about without being left confused for answers. Onto the characters. The Smiley Dad. It's a mafia group that is out for blood, out for the money, wanting the money, with Ken being the leader. Anything for the money, am I right? Just saying. It contains 4 undead members. Okay, technically 3, but leave it all! Those are Ken the Butcher, the leader of the pack, his daughter, Mel, the only human left, Breadhead, a literal loaf of bread, and Mud the Sniper. Mud and Breadhead are there for the money and to help Ken and his daughter, Mel. Their job is a mafia gang. Go out for the kill and collect their money. They also have a restaurant that serves fellow undead members too. Which, mosquitoes are quite an interesting choice for food. But hey, I'm not judging. Let's individually go over each member of the Smiley dead briefly. Ken the Butcher is the leader of the group. He has a daughter Mel that is a human. He will do everything in his power to protect her and not let her become the others. He also has a restaurant that he serves to. I think it's at the Whale Butcher Shop? I think it says something like that. I'm not too sure. I'm going to call it a restaurant for now. And he pays his fellow employees, Bread Dead and Mud. Do note, Ken the Butcher is the only person who knows that Mel is a human. Speaking of Mud. Mud is a sniper and works for Ken the Butcher. He helps the missions and goes for the kill. He also smokes. Though I don't think you need to know that, but hey, maybe a person out there wants to know. So you're welcome to that one guy who wanted to know that. Think of him as a lookout guy. He surveys the playing field and makes sure everything is going accordingly planned. Mel is a human that is part of the Mafia crew. Yes, it is a Mafia crew. She creates the plans and is always thinking of new missions for the Smiley Dead. She's also working on trying to make her father happy. Which, you know, it's going well. Sort of.
Do our pinky promises mean nothing to you?
She was the one who thought of the Angel Egg scheme, so that's good. She also is fighting a lifestyle of lies, blending in and keeping the trust alive with her father. Lastly, in the Smiley Dead is my favorite member, Bread Dead. He wasn't shown too much, but think of him as Mud, but uses bread as a killer. All we know of him is that he's really good against birds. Like, Bro's tongue is a loaf of bread. That's hilarious. I love whenever indie show makers and animators, they think of the most random ideas that just work, and I love Bread Dead. Bro, whenever I saw him in like the announcement trailer and stuff for it, I loved it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be my favorite character. Bro, it's hilarious. It's so funny just seeing him just rise up with the birds. It was so funny. I loved it. Now the side characters. We have the Temperance, with an S. It's more like multiple of them. They protect the gate and protect the Heaven Gateway. If any intruders arrive, they will go for the kill. We have the Bird Lady. I don't actually know the name, and this thing just came out at 6 o'clock and it's being released at like 12:30 a.m. I don't know at the time of this recording what the name of the Bird Lady is, so we're just going to call it Bird Lady. And if there's a second episode that comes out with this pilot, I will then refix it for that one. So my apologies if you don't like the name of it. This one protects the egg and the gateway, even though she lost the egg to Mel, but that's besides the point. We don't care if she sucks at defending the egg. We don't care about that, alright? We were just explaining what the character does and moving on. We also have Jack the Rat. He was running away from the Mafia gang we know as a Smiley Dead until he died to the crew. Well, it was mainly Mel who made it happen with the others, but then that way we don't need to go into that huge argument about who killed who, okay? Just the Smiley Dead killed Jack the Rat. And I will say, Jack the Rat is such a sick name. I love that. Jack the Rat has a nice tongue twister to a nice little rhyme. Jack the Rat. Bro, make a freaking song. Alright, I'm getting carried away. Next side character we have is Joshua, which we found out that Mud and Joshua actually knew each other. Only that was 5,000 years ago. He then gets blasted in the head by Mud, and he also hates him, so hey, that's a nice revenge for him, right? He does look like he would be very annoying, but I mean, a shot to the head seems easy enough for him, right? It's funny enough, because he comes back alive and actually avenges himself from getting shot in the head. Let's move on to the last one. The last side character we had was this random, just one Temperance that knew Ken, and Ken knew him. I don't know what that was about. His brain did get eaten by him. Although I do want to mention, there was a photo that we saw during this moment. As of this recording, I have no clue if that included the Temperance, okay? I have no clue if they have a backstory, if they had like a friendship before or something, or they had some type of deal. I have no clue what happened, okay? There might have been a friendship, there might have been some type of relationship or some type of thing they knew about each other, maybe with like, maybe they were both humans at one point that were really good friends, and all of a sudden maybe he killed him. I have no clue, okay? But Ken ate his brain, and now he is dead, and then he decided to burn the entire fucking area. So, you know, pure revenge is nice. That's a very common, you know, pattern we see in this show. A lot of revenge. But hey, he got what he wanted. I mean, that's all you needed. All these characters provide variety to each fan. It allows for everyone to enjoy the characters and their wacky personalities, something that every indie show needs and prioritizes. The Gaslight District exceeds that. Do you want a person that has full of ideas and wants to just go right at it? It's Mel. Do you want someone who is very bossy, you know, it's like a leader? You got Ken. You want someone who's funny, you know, it's wacky? You got Brendan. You want someone who is very technological and, you know, wants to be a very sniper guy? You have Mud. You have all the characters with all the fun right at every doorstep. though that didn't make any sense, but we're gonna go with it. Now that I went over the characters, let's talk about the artwork and animation, because, my man, this is, I mean, hey, it's getting a step up every single time after each freaking indie show Glitch Productions makes. This thing was incredible. I love the vibrant colors. I love the glow green. I love the orange. I love how everything glowed. It makes it feel like it's really an undead world where all the bright colors are really bright and glowing, while the underworld shows like the dark, the vibrant colors. It makes it feel like a zombie apocalypse. It feels like that. It feels like feels like all the undead have just risen up and just taken over the land. I love it so much. It's unique because it doesn't feel like a zombie movie. It doesn't feel like a zombie show. It feels more like zombie animation, while also making sure it strays away from like live action like zombie movies and such. You know, the vibrant colors gives off that unique twist that it has from every other type of zombie animation show or even movies. It's so well made. The final thing I want to go over is what the next episode of the show looked like. Now, this is if we get more episodes, which I wouldn't be shocked if we actually did. We would continue where we left off with a cliffhanger where Ken and Mel are surrounded by the undead because they lied. That's a little bit obvious, right? I think they'll fight their way out and flee the town and go into hiding until they can find a solution for this, or some type of way to convince them that you know, it's okay. We're gonna actually find a human this time. Just trust us. As for Mud and Brad dead, they will find them and stay on his side because they have still not been informed that Mel is actually human. Maybe they go to the restaurant that Ken owns and hide in the freezer we saw when Ken and Mel talked together. After that debacle, we notice the temperance of heaven and the bird lady attack the undead world. We get a fight scene and then they survive. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it to there because I'm not sure where you could go from there. I'm not gonna lie. And I want to keep going, but then I'm thinking, honestly, when I was writing it, I'm gonna keep going to unrealism land, and I don't like that. So we'll keep it to the first, I think that's probably the first 10 minutes of the next episode. That's just my guess. Or heck, maybe, because it is into sections of it, if you guys didn't notice, this pilot was in like 5 different parts. But it was more like, I don't know, it was odd because it felt like it was in timeline order, but at the same time, this could have happened at many different events at once because it was 5 sections. So maybe there's different sections we'll see in the second episode. I'm not sure. So like I said, don't expect this to be real, nor correct. It's just my first thoughts that are easily thrown out, and hey, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Real quickly, before I conclude, for me, this show gives me a lot of comparisons to Murder Drones. Because there was 2 factions like before. There was the lower tier, and then there was the higher tier. The higher tier with superiority, and that's like with heaven, there's a superiority. And then you have the lower ground where they're harassed, they're bullied, they can't live normally. And there's a small group that wants to fix things or well fit in. They just want to be with the group. And then there's the relationship with the group, you know, just like that, you know. It's just like this with Murder Drones. And then you're trying to save the world that they live in. Now, I understand, it's not 100%, okay? It's never 100% comparison. But there's a good amount of similarities I see with each of these 2 series, okay? Let me know in the comments if you understand my point here. Or hey, maybe I just looked dumb. These are just my thoughts. Please remember that. Overall, the Gaslight District brings new life to the fans of indie shows. It gives us a new indie show to look forward to, with the conclusion of Murder Drones recently ending. It gives us a new take on what animation can do. They can make so many incredible ideas turn into beauties in indie shows. They made a bread man into a very lovable character, for me personally. Glitch Productions allow for these wonderful animators to show off their work, and we all love it, giving them a way to live in the real world and actually be paid. The Gaslight District gives us murder, fun, humor, and so much more that we want. A fun, goofy show that we can all love. The Gaslight District is truly a murderously good pilot, and potentially a murderously good, full-fledged series. Go support it, please. I'll have it in the link in the description. Please support it. I want to see more of these, and I know damn well you want me to do more reviews on this series. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. My next few videos are LEGO game reviews on LEGO Batman 2 Beyond Gotham, LEGO DC Supervillains, and my video next Friday, A Shady Part of Me. Next Sunday, I'll return to streaming Cold Lamb from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. EST. I may change it 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. now that, you know, I'm more open on Sundays. I'm unsure yet. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, so if you subscribe to me, enjoy my videos, hit the little bell so you get notified for when I upload. Thank you again for watching. This is Ninja signing out. Peace! See y'all next Friday.